Alaqua Cox is the first disabled actress to play a leading character in a Marvel Studios production. She was born deaf, just like the character in the original comics, and also has a prosthetic leg. So this is the first Marvel show of 2024, and going into this show I wasn't super excited about it, but there are still lots of things I loved about this first episode, and I'm going to tell you everything I liked about the first episode first, and then the things I didn't like about it second. So the first thing I liked about this first episode is it gave us a really good backstory into Maya's character, how she met Kingpin. We did get to see some recap from the show Hawkeye when she faced down Ronin when her father was killed, so we got to see that, but we got to see further back where the relationship between her and Kingpin all began and how she just had to overcome a whole lot of obstacles, a whole lot of loss, questioning her identity here and there to get to the point where she is today. This first episode did a good job of just giving us a good introduction to who Maya's character really is. I thought the action in this first episode was amazing. I like the fact that this show was rated mature. There aren't many Marvel shows out there that have this kind of rating, and this first episode really showcased the violence very well. Not just with Kingpin, not just with Maya. We got to see Daredevil show up for a little bit. I mean, the fight choreography in this first episode was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. I love the brutality of it, and I actually want to see a lot more of that from Marvel. And I really liked the recognition that Native Americans got in this movie. So Alaqua Cox was born in the Menominee Indian Reservation in Kashina, Wisconsin, which is only about 3.5 hours north of where I live. So it's really cool to see a Wisconsinite getting represented in a Marvel show like that. They did a great job of just showing not only the cultural side of Maya's heritage, but the spiritual side as well. It's just really great to see that on the screen for the first time, because this is definitely the first Native American character we have gotten in Marvel, and they definitely did her culture and her people justice by just saturating this show with so much Native American culture. I thought it was very beautiful. I just really enjoyed that part of this episode. So the thing I didn't like about this episode was honestly the first half of this episode was just recapping from Hawkeye and catching us up on what we missed. So we only got maybe 20 minutes of good things in this first episode. Too much of it was overshadowed by just recapping everything. I don't think that was necessary. They could have shortened down the recap a lot. It just took away from the overall energy and the overall excitement of getting to this first episode. After the fight scene, the rest of this episode is just very slow moving, very slow paced, not much intrigue for me. I wasn't super invested in Maya's character. In this first episode, I mainly was excited because I knew Daredevil was going to be in this first episode, but Maya she's cool in some ways, but in other ways, I'm just not super interested in her character. She doesn't really intrigue me a whole lot, and this first episode just started strong, but it ended weak. But I really did enjoy this first episode. It was just a cool introduction into the world of Maya Lopez. So for this episode, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps. And remember to leave me a thumbs up, and drop in the comments below, what did you think of this first episode? See you next time.